Gancho. Digo. Eso.
Terence Bud Crawford got a fight coming up with Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford gets asked, do he have to stop Canelo Alvarez? It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I could just do this all day, the two-time Demontage champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Check it out, man. Terence Crawford got a fight coming up with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez got a fight coming up with William Skull. But Terence Bud Crawford gets asked, do he have to stop Canelo Alvarez? Now, this is something that a lot of fans been talking about. Could he stop Canelo Alvarez? It's one of those things to where most people are going to say, no, he can't do it. Considering Canelo's been very durable throughout his career. Canelo has shown to have one of the best chins in boxing throughout his career. Terence Bud Crawford gets asked the question. Check it out.
He's lasted 36 rounds with Triple G. He's taken the power of light heavyweights of Dmitry Bivol, Sergey Kovalev. How do you think you're going to stop Canelo Alvarez?
I don't got to stop him. I just got to beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys is slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. You know, they might catch him with a hard shot, but he's able to roll and turn with it. You know, because he's coming from a smaller weight class that was faster, that was sharper. You know, I'm coming from a smaller weight class that's faster and sharper. So if he get hit with a sharp punch that he don't see, he's definitely capable of getting hurt. He's not a machine. He's human just like me. He bleeds just like me. So I'm not going in there thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy. But I'm not going in there at the same time. I'm trying to knock him out. I'm trying to, you know, fight my fight. And if the knockout is there, then of course I'm going to take it.
And arguably, speed leads to the power as well too, and the punches you don't see are the ones that hurt the most. He hasn't fought anyone as fleet-footed as you, as savvy as you. You're still very well in the prime of your career. Do you feel Canelo is still in the prime of his career, considering the sample size of his last few fights?
I think Canelo's been, you know, holding back a lot in his last couple of fights. I don't think that Canelo's really been as excited to get up for those fights that he's been getting up on. I think he held Miguel up.
Now, to hear what Bud Crawford had to say, he said he don't have to stop Canelo Alvarez. He had to go out there and beat Bud Crawford. And this is what your boy Bushido said. Like, look, he just got to go out there and do what he do. He don't necessarily got to go out there and try to stop this guy, right? Just go out there and fight the perfect fight. Go out there and beat Bud Crawford. And everything else should fall into place. He's a smaller, bigger guy moving up, right? This is things that I've been saying. Canelo Alvarez isn't a natural 168-pounder. Of course, he's been at the weight for a while now, but he's not a guy who was coming down from cruiserweight or light heavyweight and then made his way down to super middleweight and then kind of fought his way throughout that weight class. No. Canelo Alvarez is a guy who started off as a welterweight, and eventually, over the years, he moved up to 168 pounds. And when we're looking at the dimensions of the fighters, the height and the reach, they're about the same. Canelo Alvarez is actually shorter than Crawford, and Crawford has longer reach and things of that nature. Now, Canelo Alvarez, as we all know, has the weight advantage. He's the heavier guy. But could Terence Crawford stop Canelo Alvarez? I don't know, right? It's one of those things to where we just got to see how the fight plays out. Terence Bud Crawford at his 154-pound debut. And by the way, speaking of 154 pounds, Bud Crawford will not be returning to that weight class, right? According to reports, He will not be returning to 154 pounds. He's going to vacate the belt. And I believe Xander Zarias is going to be fighting for that WBO title. But Crawford, going up to 168 pounds, one may say either this is his last fight or he's going to stay at 68. Me personally, I don't think he's going to be boxing anytime soon after Canelo Alvarez fight. I don't see Terence Crawford campaigning at 168 pounds. There's not too many guys that has the size that Canelo has. A lot of those dudes are naturally bigger men than Terence Crawford at 168 pounds, but Canelo Alvarez is just one of those guys that's just the right size for him, right? Not to mention the payday and everything else that comes with fighting a guy like Canelo Alvarez and actually beating a guy like Canelo Alvarez. There's a lot of things that'll come with that. Could Bud Crawford get the job done? We got to see how Canelo looks against William Skull first. Because like Bud said, Canelo's kind of been carrying some of these last few guys he's been fighting. The fight's been kind of, whatever, right? When he got asked, is Canelo the same Canelo, right? I personally don't think so. I think Canelo's been falling down the hill for a few years now. I don't think he's the same explosive. I don't think he just has the same speed and everything that he once had, right? And that just comes with time. That just comes naturally, right? You don't expect the guy to retain everything he had in his 20s. You're going to lose something as you get older. And Canelo, in my opinion, has lost a step. But however, he's a crafty fighter with a lot of experience, and he's very durable. So I still think it's going to be a very compelling fight. I think it's going to be a very good fight. And I think Terence Bud Crawford is going to win the fight. I almost believe, no doubt in my mind, that Bud Crawford is going to win the fight. He seems to be very confident. I don't think he would take the fight if he knew he couldn't win, right? It's not one of those situations to where he's just doing it for a payday. I think Crawford's taking this fight because he truly believes he's going to win. I think his team already kind of got everything kind of broken down, and it's just up to Terence Crawford to implement the game plan on fight night. It's not going to be easy, right? I'm not going to say this fight is going to be easy. Who knows, right? We thought Errol Spence would have arguably been his toughest fight, but then as we saw, once they got in the ring with each other, it was arguably his easiest fight visually, watching Terence Bud Crawford's career. That appeared to be one of the easiest fights that he's had, considering the fight of that magnitude. I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing for Canelo Alvarez, but Terence Bud Crawford is a guy who seems to rise to the occasion. When the lights are shining the brightest, he performs. So I expect Bud Crawford to do no less than put up an A+S level performance against Canelo Alvarez, because that's exactly what he's going to have to do. But yeah, you guys, Terence Bud Crawford says that he don't have to stop Canelo Alvarez, and that he just has to be Terence Bud Crawford. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.